two books that I have. One was written in a period where I was starting to move into a very sad and dark and sorrowful 2 years of my life. And the other book was written as I was coming out of that period and in a place where I was able to allow light into my rooms. And this poem is about that journey squinched into 3 or 4 pages. It's called Sock Hop. I was just following the little dog through the skinny trees. I was just collecting water glasses. I was taking them to the well and carrying them back, trying not to drop a single drop. I was wearing the same shirt as the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. Asking all of my ghosts to join me on the dance floor. Let's twist, let's shimmy. While the room waltzes, I will Watusi. I was Jimmy Switchblade. I was the Three Cherries Gang. I was the tallest cigarette in the pack. I was black jacket, collared up. I was actually yellow shirt lost. I was laying in the dirt and piling it on. I believed if I kept trying to bury myself, then I could talk to some other world, but I just got dirty. My belly was heavy. I could barely move. For months, after she left, I barely moved. I watched the sun go down, and in its absence, I dreamt of the bicycle. But I did not know what the bicycle was. I dreamt of the bicycle and thought, what a strange horse that fish is. Do I kill it or do I ride it? How do I do either of those? Instead, I rode the airplanes like they were church, staring out the windows, hoping my chains would not climb this high. At this altitude, all the angels were turning blue. I made a list of my body parts that no longer worked, folded it into an envelope, hoping my mother or my former lover would one day come across it. That list is a poem, not a list. So is this one. I rode the airplanes until they brought me 530 miles from the room that I was born inside of. My fists then were not so much smaller than they are now, simply tighter. I have been shrinking more and more with every single month. The South, it is my beautiful bed. One day bury me in it. Till then, I will touch it from time to time. Carry me inside of its wet, wet heat. I sweat when I walk. When I walk, I see my dreams come closer. What I thought was a horse or a fish was really a girl on a bicycle. She had small fingers, but reached them towards me. I neither killed nor rode her. All I did was make a hand. All I did was get wet. All I did was shake my body like a library in an earthquake. I spilled books like holy water. My ceilings spun in closer to read all that I was. I was 1,000 years of hard-covered spines, splinters on my tongue from licking the roofs of so many fallen cathedrals. I'd worked so hard for this heavy, heavy sorrow. So I asked my boss for the night off, caught another plane, rode it to a dance in Chicago, combed my hair, slicked back with pomade, put my shiniest belt buckle on. I saw Susie on the dance floor. She put a quarter in the jukebox, grabbed me like a policeman and asked, "What you do, Ace?" I told her, "I work at a malt shop. Sometimes I bury things, but I ain't too good at that." I ain't always too good at that, I told her. She looked at me like we had prayed on the same cliff. She told me she didn't believe in God anymore, and I told her I still did. Her and I, we pray on the same cliff. She held me like a handcuff. I swallowed keys. I danced with Susie all night long. I'm still waiting for that sun to come up. I don't care if it never does. Right here, right now, I am warm enough. Thank you.